Hey there everyone, this is Cow playing VIP 1, and I can't not see the weird cutoff underneath the hills here. It's kind of blatant now, literally the only thing I'm seeing on this screen. So last time a thing may or may not have happened, my memory kind of flushed it out. Those poor Sumo brothers. Truly the blight of mankind somehow, and they were, oh wow, I somehow didn't see you there, digging underneath a bridge like so much rampant commercial. Wow, that's, okay, so I'm pressing the wrong buttons here, it's pretty swell, and also a level with, you know, completely changed graphics is kind of a rarity, and actually pretty much all VIPs all the time. They're just, whoops, wow, I'm pretty good at aiming my jumps up here. Wow, that was kind of terrible. I gotta get back into the mixer, basically, you know, and just kind of wall off my fears and ignore everything wrong about the universe, and then everything will be fine. Right, Charles? Of course, I am being improperly proper with you in order to form, you know, a stereotypically linked relationship between dog and master. Not sure how that worked out, but I'm pretty sure that Iconoclast of the future will work out the details without me. Right, Mr. Plant? You're so happy you're spewing out red goo all over the place, and your lightning didn't really amount to much. That's why he's so poor. Why are we bemoaning the faith of them Sumo brothers? They're just there, just kind of trying to do their job. Is it a commentary on the proletariat? I'm just gonna go ahead and assume as such, so that I can feel better about the social messages of a single tree that manages to grow on a single ledge, and that happening like 4 times in a row. Sociopathy is an important factor of modern continuity, yes. Because, you know, history is nothing more than continuity trying to assert itself, and I find that quite tyrannical, and so this is why history should be banned from all school books, unless you're one of those crazy, you know, alternate schools, but in that case you don't really count. Wow, as I thought, this level just kinda happens. Honestly, it just kind of does. I guess, you know, it's a nice little hill place. I do love the fact that the last world in this game is, you know, a pleasant little hill space. Well, other than, you know, the hellish snowbound hell that you can find between the peaks, but we are talking about mountains here, in other words known as elevations of land and peace, and ladders. Ladders are very nice because they taste wonderful with gingerbread. Honeybee Hill. That sounds like a fictional character. Whoa, it's a bee! Oh man! Oh, there's way over. No! Those are way too big for honeybees, and you're kind of laughing a whole lot for that. That's wonderful. Unnamed narrator. It's just, you know what? Sure, let's concentrate on the fact that they're giant. Their art is actually very nice. You know, looking at them, they look like bees. Bees, I'll admit, are not the most complicated thing to draw. I always thought, as a child, that bugs were somewhat simple to draw, because you kind of draw them the same way as the way you would draw a robot. And I've basically spent my childhood drawing robots, so insects were kind of, you know, the obvious sort of continuation from that thought, right, Sliding Guy? You are not insectile at all. So, there's a joke I think I've done with every single instance of this level, and that's, oh man, that sure's a bomb! It's kind of odd, perhaps, but you need to think about, whoops, the glitching through the land context. which a lot of people tend to ignore, you know, while adjusting their ties, while trying to look important for a board meeting, because if you don't look important, they won't listen to you, you know, and rather than listen to your very well-researched points that you took, like, at least hours before the meeting to compile, they're gonna look at their, you know, multiple devices, such as iPods, and, oh boy, it's a honeybee dance! Heck yeah, some of them are just kinda sitting there, but the rest are totally on in the fun. Now, considering bees kind of communicate by dancing, I'm wondering what they're trying to tell me. No one knows. So instead, let's just gawk slack-jawed at the cultural display and act as if we are part of the enlightened class, while really we're just kind of looking at weird things and going, oh man, look at those people, they're different! Oh geez, a castle that's not a castle because it's a boat. Unmanageable. The bridge. I can't believe we're actually at a bridge. This space age in space age, wow, that jump went exactly as perplexed. So, one might be wondering, oh man, where's the secret exit? It's in the hole that someone made in this bridge. There's a coin trail you can follow to land. It's very handy. And this, you know, if you've ever wondered how it looked like underneath a bridge, it's pretty much basically like this. Giant insects and floating holes, and the bridge basically stands on nothing. So that's why if you fall forever. Also, this was obviously a ploy because we hadn't seen the respawn point yet. You know, when I was replaying back here, I was like, man, we haven't seen the respawn. Oh man, I feel like I am not upholding my duty as a guy playing a video game somewhere in or around the internet. And I was like, you know what, Cow? You know exactly what you need to do to right what is wrong, to clip the wings off, you know, the mantle of evil, which obviously has wings, because otherwise it wouldn't be evil. I mean, that's just how it works. If you're wearing clothing that is winged, I would probably check your alignment status, because you might have surprises. Oh yeah, there's a sort of puzzle in this level of sorts, kind of. Because you see, you gotta get in there. But how do you get in there? Actually, you can just kind of like get hurt. But the real way you do that is that you get hurt. And because you need to be small, then you get Mr. Roly-Poly Man. He's a box, but we call him Roly-Poly anyways. And then he says, oh man, then you can bring Mr. Ninja with you into the hallowed hall of the Holy Skull, which is not a skull, but leads to the warp zone. You see, there's still just a glitch there, there's nothing to worry about. We've already seen where it leads, but it's always so nice to look at that star and look at those hills and go, man, the universe sure is parallelogramific. This level is probably going to be issues to beat. However, at the same time, it might be hilariously easy to beat. Welcome, Bearface! Oh man, I sure could come back at a later time then. Well, listen, dude. If it's if it's a bad time, I can understand that. I'll come back. You know, it's okay. I understand. There we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go into a world of darkness. And we can jump over the world and say hello. You can fall into a pipe and lay claim into the might, and then we're somewhere in the snow. By the way, there's one key in each second half. There are 9 parts. Okay! Basically, this is a shortcut to the very last screen, because this is a crazy level with a randomized feature. That's kind of annoying. Because each part are kind of hilariously difficult. And because they're kind of randomized, it's kind of difficult to practice them, so instead I'm playing very kind of dubiously. It's pretty great. I suggest that to all my friends and key friends and even belongers. But if you're not part of those, in that case, you might consider, you know, being very excited about things. Man, this was a lot. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's a lot. Ugh, it's a lot. Don't make me lie, words. There we go. It's a lot easier the first time, the second time, which is the exact opposite of the first time. I think where I might want to fall is there, or maybe it's beyond the call of the moose. Because I think this leads to the midpoint, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. So for the secret exit, do you have to play it legit? What am I doing? Whoops! Ah! I knew it! I knew the secret exit was also available here. I mean, obviously, the walls need to be linked, and then we need to add the weird stemmy looking thing. I honestly have no idea what that's supposed to represent. And that's how I beat this level. No, I'm gonna give this level an honest try. But that's gonna be tomorrow. I felt like today I need a tiny little bit of levity. So, yeah, join me next time when we do this level for reals. Maybe. I guess we're gonna see how that's gonna go. Oh man.